Nashville, Tennessee, birthplace of me and the surrounding counties. A big southern welcome to Mr. Jensen, Ackles, and Jared Padalecki.
Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome.
Rob, Mike, Steven, Billy.
Give him hell, boys.
Sorry, I just had to confer with the band real quick. That is his name, Richard. Thank you.
Already?
Starting off strong.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy.
Who is a first timer?
All right, Tennessee.
You're the only 10 I see.
Whoa.
That was good.
Listen, I'm cool with it. Well, it's a pleasure to be here. We're super stoked. Hope you guys have had a good weekend. You had a good weekend so far?
Yeah.
Well, we're here to destroy that. So buckle up. It's gonna get bumpy. How you doing, man?
Doing well. I'm really excited to kind of have a couple weeks. I am heading to Australia.
Oh.
I don't know what that accent was, but I'm going to say it again. Australia.
Down under, huh?
Down under.
Yeah. Rightio, mate. You gonna go down to the liquor store and get yourself a shorter set of bottle-os?
Yeah.
All right, that's nice.
I want to wrestle Thor.
Is there anybody from Australia in here that we're offending? No? Oh, crikey then! Now they're gonna see this, and I'm gonna hear about it when I get down to Sydney. I know it.
What about you?
What about me?
Well, you said how am I
I'm
doing?
doing good. Looking forward to the holidays. We got some fun holiday plans. We're gonna go see some friends. We got some family coming to visit.
You don't have any friends.
Aww.
You're right, I don't. Because my friends are family.
Oh, come on.
Yeah? See what I did there? The old switcheroo.
I was funnier.
Hey, tell the one about the math. Here we go. This is what I mean by destroy your time here.
So I love dad jokes, but as far as like punny, English puns kind of make me numb. Math puns make me number.
No.
Don't fucking go to me. Number.
If you'll just see the people in the back, they'll get you a refund. So
Yeah.
stupid.
So we prepared an hour of dad jokes for y'all.
Yes.
Some jokes are not dad jokes, and better left unsaid.
Yeah, some aren't suitable. All right, love y'all. On a serious note, it's been a hell of a year. It's been a hell of 17 years of supernatural family. Whether you're new or old or really old. It's cool. Old and rusty. So thank you all for keeping us moving around, seeing awesome places, awesome cities and states, and seeing buddies and seeing family, friends / family. We're love you back, honored and humbled, and thank y'all so much.
I don't know who you are, but whatever.
Love you, Jensen!
I love you, Jensen.
Love you too.
I know. It's all good. All right, let's go ahead and get to some questions.
Let's do it.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
Hello. So for about a year now, I've been asking men this question, specifically like on dating apps, and I find it's very telling. And people are very passionate.
Abort.
question is Ryan Reynolds or Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Reynolds.
Reynolds.
Gosling.
Why?
Total Gosling.
No.
Yep.
No.
Let me explain why.
That's incorrect.
You want to know why? Let me explain why. Ryan's funny, and he's always funny. He's got a.
There are two Ryans.
He's got
Which
Reynolds.
Ryan?
Reynolds is funny. He's always funny. He's got an incredible wit. I thoroughly enjoy his work. But he can't do Lars and the Real Girl. He can't do Crazy Stupid Love. He can't pull off that incredibly unique, interesting character arc.
Are you gonna cry?
Gosling does. I'm just saying, Gosling's got better range.
Range is one thing.
Because Gosling can also do funny, and he does it
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
I just think that Gosling, look at La La Land. I don't see Reynolds doing that. So I think from a performer standpoint, from what he's capable of and what he brings entertainment, I think Gosling has certainly got the deeper well of talent. But again, Reynolds, highly entertaining and love his stuff. I could watch Deadpool constantly.
I like that, but I agree with that. I think Gosling probably has more talent as far
You
as
just
acting.
like Reynolds because he's taller.
Reynolds could beat the shit out of Gosling, pardon my friend. And you didn't say
I don't know, man.
performance.
Don't underestimate the small guys. Look what Hardy did at a kickboxing tournament that nobody knew about.
Jiu-jitsu,
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu, yeah.
But also, like, if you went to give Gosling a hug, his toothpick that's always in his mouth when he does any performance would poke you in the neck. It would hurt. So, I'm gonna go toothpick free, Ryan Reynolds.
Now, can I ask a quick rebuttal? What does that tell you?
So I'm finding that the guys who say Gosling are more like romantic, and they do like.
Oh, wow.
So the men who like Reynolds they're very active.
Yeah, say it.
They're very active and they love pranks, and they're just like a very funny type of guy.
Okay, well, I have a similar question for you. Dean Forrester or Dean Winchester?
Winchester.
So you're not very romantic. Me neither, see? Match made in heaven. No, thank you, Kristen. Have an awesome holiday.
Thanks for exposing us.
Hi.
Hello, boys. My name is Liberty, and I brought my sister to her very first con, and she's actually over the other line. Her name is Brandy.
I'm gonna guess that's your sister.
That is my
Can we rent her for whenever we walk into a room? Because I was like,
sister. She was the only one that hollered for you guys when you came out to do the J2 and baby photo op.
thank you, sister. Love you back.
So I just want to say thank you for everything. You guys are awesome. And my question is for Jensen.
Perfect. I'll take some time off.
Okay, Jensen. On The Talking Dead, Christina, who plays Rosita, said that she wanted her character to not survive if she wanted closure for her character. And that she was never going to see her again. And so I was wondering if you felt the same way for Dean, if that's why you wanted him to go out the way that he did.
Oh, I didn't want him to go out the way he did. I think that's been documented. Well, here's the difference between our little show and that little show. There's the element of supernatural that is involved with ours much more heavily than I think what we're dealing with in The Walking Dead. They don't have people coming back to life in their original form. They come back looking slightly different. So I feel like that kind of a closure situation doesn't necessarily exist for characters on Supernatural. So whether I went out or didn't go out, either way, that's not necessarily a closure situation. And I don't know that Jared and I will ever really have closure on the show or these characters, because in my opinion, it ain't closed yet.
All right.
I got an honest question, but I want to take the answer with me through the next couple weeks. Would anybody in here want to see us play Sam and Dean together again?
Well,
we have news.
we have something to tell you.
In 7 days, it's Christmas.
Oh, don't do that to me.
No, for real. We do have news, and that special breaking news is that we too would like that.
Oh, don't. Oh, damn it.
Well, it's good to know that we at least have this audience wanting that, so we'll see. Awesome.
Fingers crossed,
We'll
guys.
be there.
We'll be there. Thank you. And
thank
sister,
you.
can we get a hoot?
That's good. She's got lungs.
We got pipes. That's very
Hi
good.
there.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Carly.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm Jenny. In DC, I was at the Gold Panel. You guys made fun of me for spending 4 years planning a birthday trip.
Ha ha ha.
Well, I did that because I'm a teacher, and COVID came. But I had the most amazing trip this summer, most amazing time. I've completed the lower 48 states. And it was
You completed the lower. You visited every state.
Now I have, yes. I had
Oh, wow.
I had 8 left, and I did all lower 48. So now I did 24 in 52 days, and I'm 52 this year. But for my 50th birthday is what I was supposed to do that for, which was 2020. So I'm asking you about milestone birthdays. I know you guys are a little younger than I am, but
Well, I am, but him.
Like a fine wine.
what was your favorite milestone birthday, or is there a milestone birthday that you are thinking about that you want to have something accomplished by?
I'll say the 40 was definitely a big one. Because I was like, oh man, I don't have the excuse of my 20s or my 30s anymore. I might actually have to act like an adult. Which I don't know, this adulting thing, like did they know I'm just running around there like completely unsupervised? And even at my age, I just don't think that should be allowed, but here I am. No, 40 was pretty great, and it was largely due to the festivities that occurred, that Daniil and friends put on. That was a pretty special birthday. And before that, I had to go back maybe 19 years to my 21st birthday, when I'll never forget it. I went to a bar, and what do you do when you turn 21?
Drink copious amounts of alcohol.
Guys. Come on, what do you? No, I'm just kidding. I got 21 shots on a serving tray
Oh, nice.
of assorted liquor.
Oh.
She's like, oh, hell no. And you know what I did?
Took them all.
Cleaned it up.
Very nice.
All 21.
Very nice.
I had a pitcher of water. I mean, it was like a food challenge. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I did go to the bathroom and just force myself to get some of that out. But then I went out and had a few more beers and went home, brushed my teeth, and went to bed.
Nice.
Because I was 21 years old, and my body was like, we can handle it. I couldn't do 3 shots now. I'd be on the face down on the floor. But I will say that was a memorable birthday, and it's great when you can be with friends and family and you can do something that you never forget. And that was, I hope I have many more of those in the future.
Yeah. I guess similar. It's really funny. For me, I was always kind of like the youngest guy in the room. You know, I had 8 older cousins that we'd go to Christmas or July 4th or whatever. I'd be the young kid. Gilmore Girls, I was 17, everybody else was older. Supernatural, I was 22 when we started. I was the youngest dude on set. Now at 40, people are looking to me for like the sage wisdom, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm the old guy now. It's weird.
I was always the immature one.
Like I used to have an excuse, and now what's my excuse? But I'll say this, I think the best compliment I've ever had in my life was from a friend of ours who had been one of his stunt doubles. His name is Jesse Blue. Awesome guy, martial artist. And when Supernatural was ending, I think it was me and Jake Abel, funny enough, went to go and do a class, just the 3 of us. And we were kind of saying goodbye to Jesse, or see you later. And he looked at me and said, I can't wait to know you when you're 60. And it was the weirdest. At first I was like, what does that mean? And then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, that's so cool. And so as I've aged over the last couple of years, and been like, this is really, like, you get a different perspective, a little bit more hindsight than I had maybe a decade ago or 2 decades ago. So I can't wait to turn 60. And happy birthday. Happy 52.
I love you both. Y'all are both amazing. Y'all are my favorite people in the world. So my question is, what is your favorite impromptu or unscripted thing that happened throughout the show?
I have a tiger's heartbeat.
Yes.
It's too difficult for me to go and watch the barn scene. We all know what I'm talking about. But the barn scene wasn't, Jensen and Jared didn't say what was written on the page for Sam and Dean exactly. We found our own bits of like, hey, how do we say goodbye to these guys? How do we let them say goodbye to each other appropriately? And I think our writers understood, like the people who were behind the scenes of Supernatural joined like season 4 or 5 or 8 or 12. And so we just had a lot more time with these characters, and so we just made it our own as much as possible, because we couldn't really run the scene, you know, for 327 episodes. I'd be in his trailer or vice versa, and we'd run it and be like, okay, ready? Yeah, let's do it. With the finale, with the barn scene, we get in and start reading and be like, nope, nah. So
basically save that for the camera.
Yeah.
Because it was impossible to stifle the emotion that was coming out behind the words. So we were just like, no, we can't run these lines.
Yeah.
We can't practice this. This is just gonna be all game time.
Yeah. So that for sure. And then randomly, when you asked that question, I thought about, I forget what it was, but there was some episode where I was possessed and I was like hurting you or torturing you or something. This is when like people who aren't here for Supernatural Convention are walking outside the hallways. They're like,
What the hell's going on in there?
Yeah, what are they talking about? But at the end, when kind of Sam is himself again, or Dean is himself again, Dean punches Sam. Like, yeah. That was just in the moment. Yeah, that was just like, hey, I think Dean would just be like, hey, you asshole. Like, so it was one of those funny things. But I think the barn stands out.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've got there's a lot to choose from. We certainly were able to make those characters as tailored to us as possible, and the process of doing that allows us to explore just a wide array of emotions with the character, and trying on new things and saying it in a different way and relating to each other in a different way. So there was a lot that we had We had a big playground. We had a big sandbox to play in. And thankfully, the writers and the producers trusted us with those characters to let us do what felt natural and right. Super natural.
Yeah.
It's okay. You don't need validation. Okay, maybe you need validation. But as far as like something that was unscripted, man, that's a lot of that you can see on the gag reel. But there's also a lot of stuff that made the edit, that made the final cut, that was not in the script, that again just felt natural. And I'm sure some of you could probably pick those out. That just seems like, you know, like it didn't necessarily fit, but it did fit. The lottery ticket.
Where Bella steals all your lottery tickets.
Find the Fairies is scripted. It's subtle, but I don't know what the lottery ticket is.
Bella stole all your lottery tickets.
Oh, son of a bitch. That was not scripted, and if you look at the cut, you can see Jared look away because I made him, I broke him. That was not scripted. And I gave it right at him. She drives away and goes, son of a bitch! And he just goes, and they kept it in there. So there's little moments like that that are certainly, you can certainly find, but I don't know. I've tried to do that in some of these other roles that I've done. I got to play similarly as Soldier Boy, and even as now Bo on Big I think I've built a reputation of somebody that they're like, listen, you can't write specifically for him. He's just gonna do whatever. He's gonna go rogue. But let him go rogue, because we might get something. And there's a lot. I get texts from our showrunner, Elwood. He's at the editing bay, and he's like, "Did you mean to do this?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Probably. He's like, "Well, that's great. We're using it." I'm like, "Okay." Sometimes I don't even remember doing it. But I think that's just that's doing what we did for so long and establishing a comfortability with being able to play. And I think that's one of the things that I love about doing what I do is every day I get to get on a set and do something different, and I get to play with that, and that's just a lot of fun. It's very fulfilling. So, thanks.
Thanks, Jason.
Hi, I'm Sadie.
Hi, Sadie.
You guys set me up perfectly, actually, because I wanted to talk about puns. Specifically, Austin, Texas is home of the O. Henry Pun-Off, and if you were to compete, if you have not been, what topic would you use for pun slingers?
The O. Henry Pun-Off?
Yeah, it happens every May.
The Pun Slingers?
Pun slingers.
I didn't know that, but I'm super into pornography.
I did not ask for the pun.
That didn't get a rim shot?
Oh my. Oh my.
Well, this just went south real quick.
I'm gonna do it. Not gonna. I'm not going there.
Apparently we did not know about this, but I can guarantee you I'm putting money on next year's new entry.
Yeah.
Do you have a good pun for us?
I do. So I can't wait for an earthquake to happen because I want to go to where there's a hole in the ground and throw some change in because I want to be generous to a fault.
That was good. Did you hear about the guy who walked into a bar? There was a monkey behind him. And I forgot.
Speaking of, cracked earth, that shovel was a good invention, huh? What a groundbreaking invention that was. You know what, never mind, I'm entering next year.
So, I can row a boat. Canoe?
Oh my God.
And we're moving on now. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. All right. Oh, gosh, what?
My son, I'll carry on. My son, my oldest son Tom, he asked me the other day if I could explain solar eclipse to him. So I told him, no, son.
Oh my God.
Well, I can certainly try it. If I can do it. Thank you. Stephen Norton. There you are, you're back. He's back.
Nobody can clear a room like Jared Padalecki, that's for sure.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Lydia, and I was just wondering, you play Sam with you for so long. Obviously, they're a part of you. Has there ever been a time where you've just been going about your day and you do something or you say something and you're like, wow, that was Sam or that was Dean?
Yeah. All the time. I think especially with the kids, there's a bit of, I really enjoy, the argument is interesting on if Jared became Sam or Sam became Jared, or they just kind of fused to some degree. But I think when my kids are going through certain scenarios, situations, I try and approach it like Sam. I try and go like, okay, let me get outside of it, and let me try and figure out what they might be feeling, why they might be feeling it, like almost investigatory. I think Sam and Dean try to figure out a puzzle and then approach it. So I think I've very much, I don't know if it's who Jared is by nature and the writers wrote to that, or if I learned it from Sam or whatever, we learned together. But I do feel very much like I try and look at a topic or a situation like I think Sam would. Yeah. And Dean's always, or Jensen's always yelling son of a bitch when I was
No joke, I was jogging, this is just a couple of weeks, like 2 weeks ago maybe, and I was in Albuquerque where we filmed Big Sky. I back up to the Rio Grande River. And so I started jogging outside again, which I don't know why, it's so stupid. But it's this 2-lane kind of jogging bike path, right? And I'm cruising in the right lane, there's the yellow stripe down the center. And I'm running, and a couple of bikes are passing me, whatever. It's not very crowded. And I pull up my phone and I start trying to find just a new playlist to listen to. And I guess I didn't realize I was like kind of on the middle line. Yeah. And then I looked up, and here comes a cyclist. Who's an older gentleman. But I'm talking, he was 30 yards away. And I just looked up and I veered back into my lane, right? As he cruises by, he just goes, "Stay in your lane!" Oh, I'd given him a wave. I literally was like, just did one of those, and he goes, "Stay in your lane!" And man, Dean Winchester came out of me so fast.
Oh.
I just stopped and I pulled my head up, I go, "Let's go, man! Let's go!" I was about to beat the crap out of Grandpa.
No.
He kept cruising, and had I not been on foot, but it was instant, just like, I'm gonna rip your arms off. And I don't know, it upset me so much. And and I mean, I think you'll agree. Like, I've got a pretty long fuse.
Yeah.
When it, like, I don't. It takes a you know, quite a bit to get me to that point. Not in that moment. Dean was just locked and loaded, ready to go.
Love it.
On the plus side, you're being safer. There was a lady last week in Austin who was jogging, presumably training for something or exercising, and she was jogging near train tracks, and a train came and took off the left side of her body. Yeah, she's all right now.
Oh, Jared.
Did y'all not see that coming? Like, as soon as he started talking, I was like, oh God, here we go.
You know what? I'm proud of that one. So. But one of her legs did fall off, so she changed her name to Eileen.
I love it when they talk at the same
He
time.
got in the car this morning and immediately he started talking, like telling a story. And from the first syllable out of his mouth, I was like, here we go. That's a lot of time spent together.
Thank you, Lydia.
There you go. Thanks.
I'm Johanna.
Hi.
Hi.
What'd you say it was?
Johanna.
Johanna. Okay. I think you said Ohana, which is, I think, Hawaiian for family.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't think it was going to be thick.
Thank you for the lesson, Jensen.
You're welcome. Aloha.
It's going to be kind of a dumb question. If you could throw cold spaghetti at anyone, who would it be?
If we can throw
Throw cold spaghetti at
Yeah, it
anyone?
doesn't have to be like malicious or anything, just because.
Well, in what scenario do you throw cold spaghetti at somebody and it's not malicious?
I don't know. I think I'd like to throw it at Richard Spade. I think there's enough facial hair there to where it would really land and embed itself and just be very funny.
Do you have some cold spaghetti on you that we can borrow? We can't throw it at Spade tonight. I think I would throw it at maybe a chef who could heat it up and I could eat it. Who would you throw cold spaghetti at? Do I want to know?
I don't have an answer.
What the hell?
She's like, I just provide the spaghetti, Jared!
I would throw it at somebody who is carnivore diet and be like, yeah, try some spaghetti.
Maybe my sisters.
Your sisters are carnivore?
No, I was just
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
All right, that takes the cake for the oddest question of the hour.
That really twirls the spaghetti.
Stop it.
Thank you, Johanna.
Stop it.
Johanna? Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Talia.
Talia?
Yes,
How do you spell that?
Talia.
Hi, Talia.
Hi. So me and my friend Kristen, who asked the Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds question, we rewatched the show recently again for like the billionth time, and we kept a tally of how many times you guys have died in the show.
Wait, the entire time y'all took a tally of the... That was good. Thank you. Thank you.
You just turn his mic off. It's fine.
I'll give you that one.
Thank you, Talia. Love you.
Don't encourage him.
No, she already gave it. She already gave it.
But yeah, so we kept a tally of how many. Don't push it.
High five, sister. High five.
So yeah, and I don't know if you guys know how many times you die. It's a lot.
I think Dee's 136.
I mean, you would think, but so how many?
Well, I'm guessing.
So well, Dean has died 17 times too.
On camera.
Yes.
Yes. But mystery spot, you died.
Yeah, I
Like
think,
a million times.
right. That's why I think the tally was way up at the three digits, but 17 times like kaput.
Yes. And
Cool.
then like a couple times almost. We counted that too.
The almost dead.
Yes.
Well, didn't we almost die in every episode?
If
That's
you
fair.
if you return from, well, let's say, back to the States, I don't know where you're from, but if you fly from Rome back to the States, do you say, Italia am amazing, or do you say, Italia is amazing?
He didn't hear a word she said. Because all his brain is doing is trying to come up with the worst puns.
It was just a question, Jensen. I was just asking a question. 17 times. 2.
He has died 17 times.
How many times has Sam died?
Well, Jared, do you want to guess?
Yes, I would like to. Now is when y'all can fucking help me. I'm thinking, 10, 8. I heard a bunch of, my own guess, my personal volition.
Final answer, lock it in.
11.
Sam has died 7 times.
7-Eleven, I was making a... No, 7-Eleven, I was gonna make a convenience store pun.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
We know what you were gonna do.
Whether it's 7 or 11, let's just say it was inconvenient.
Oh, Jared.
Like a horrible accident, you can't look away. Though you want to.
What about, I just drooled.
Oh my God.
So that's your mouth telling you to shut up.
What about, you're proud of that shit. What about if something that was possessing me died? Does that count?
I don't think we counted that now. It was literally just you dead completely.
Like,
Wow.
dead meat
That's kind of
soup. All right, well, did you turn it into a drinking game? What happened?
Yes, actually.
Okay,
Yeah, took a shot.
right, love it.
So
So how many shots would that be?
7.
24.
Wow.
17.
Oh, you drink for both of us? That was just for
We
me.
did.
Oh.
And he's the math guy.
Math puns make me numb.
It's not funny the second time. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanyou very
For
much.
making us suffer
So if you
through
died
this.
17 times, and
Seven.
I died 7 times, then you're the lose Chester.
Oh.
No, I won. I died the most.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you?
Hi, Jared. Hi,
Hi.
Jensen. Misha explores. Oh, my name is Andaluna. I'm a creative writing major, and I'm wondering, Misha explores a lot of difficult subjects and territories in his poetry book. What would you decide to tackle if you decide to write, which you totally need to do?
I'm wondering the same thing. Wow. You gonna give yourself a rip shot?
From the gallery.
Give yourself a rip.
He just goes like, I can tell you, not jokes.
It's a good question. I would love, so I have some friends, family friends with their kids who want to get into the acting industry. And I would love to, I find myself telling them stories about when I was starting or even now. And so I think I would love to kind of tell some stories about what my experience was like, because I think Ackles can vouch, and I'm sure the rest of the gang of actors and actresses can vouch as well. It's not as glorious as it looks, so I'd love to just let people know, like, hey, you know, like, this is very fun right now, but this was 15 years of working to get to a place where we could have this family that some we've met and known for years, and some we have not. You know, go with what you know, I suppose. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to, I don't know, that's what I'd like to tell people, I suppose. One of the many things. I mean, obviously, dealing with mental health and stuff, I'd love to write as well, but I don't have any answers for that. Like, I wouldn't want to give somebody advice on, my advice on, like, mental health is like, hey, talk to a professional. That's what I do. So I wouldn't, that's a short chapter, you know? So I wouldn't pay for that book. But anyways, back.
I'd probably write about the anxiety that fills me up due to this writing assignment. I'm not good at that, never have been. It's not something I seek to do. If I'm forced to do it, I don't like it.
Which is neither right nor wrong.
No. You know what's something, I saw something the other day, and I'm sure, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you do, sift through the social media often, but when you're sitting there bored on set, something there's really nothing, you know, there's nothing else to do, the conversation's dried up, so usually you go to your phone and start looking at emails or whatever, and then that then generally leads to maybe scrolling through some social media. And there's one that keeps popping up, and it's like, it's used for a multitude of things. Like, oh, this is, like I've seen the military use it, like, oh, this is what happens when a Marine bumps into a door jam. This is what happens when a Navy bumps into a door, and like the different reactions. One that got me was, this is what happens to a Gen Xer when he bumps into a door jam. This is what happens to a Gen Y. This is what happens to a millennial. This is what happens to a Gen Z. Be interesting to explore how, just thinking about anxiety, that was not really a term that we had. Like I mean, it was certainly something that we felt younger, but like, there wasn't like, yeah, Billy's like, just paranoid. Yeah, that was maybe more something that we would use to describe it, was like fear and paranoia. And there was no ways of coping with that. There was no real scientific ways of dealing with it, or even like understanding what it could be. So it's an interesting generation to be a part of, where we just kind of learn to deal with it and move on. And it'd be interesting to see the juxtaposition of each generation and how they deal with that, given the more we know about certain subjects. So I don't know, I might be interested to dive in and learn about that. And if I learned anything worth writing, then maybe I'd write about that.
Love it.
Hi, my name's Katie. All right, I wrote this down, so I'm gonna just read it. Okay, this might belie the nature of cons, so my question is kind of the opposite of what you usually get. People find slivers of connection to your characters in vastly different ways. What you make is art, and what is art if not a mirror? So really, interpretations are more of a reflection of the viewer than the creators. And the nature of cons is that you're asked to say this or that about your character, and sometimes that becomes like the definitive thing. And sometimes fans use that against other fans to be like, well, Jared said, or Jensen said. So how do you feel about the way your characters and scenarios are interpreted differently by other people that might not be the way you all see it? I know, Jensen, you said something about 1518, where you said, you know, we're artists, and the artist doesn't stand next to the painting and tell the viewer what to think about the painting. So do you think, you know, it'd be a good caveat to say, you know, these are kind of the death of the author kind of thing. So how do you feel about how people interpret your characters so differently? That's my question.
I kind of still stand by that comment of we are creating, this is an art form that we get to do, and luckily we have found an audience, so we get to do it more. But it is, yeah, I wouldn't want to, I think early on I maybe took a little umbrage with what people were reading into, maybe certain characteristics or certain storylines or whatever, and then I realized that no, that's not up to me to tell them how to interpret what they want to interpret, or it's not up to me to be disappointed if they're not inspired by what I thought was, you know, an inspiring, or whatever it might be. And I realized, and I think we've talked about this, that it's like, yeah, you don't go into a gallery and have the artist sitting next to you going like, this is what you need to see, and if you don't see it, then there's something wrong, or whatever it is. It's like, no, it is up to interpretation, and if it inspires you or if it makes you feel anything, then I think that's the whole point of art.
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
whole point of entertainment is to bring feeling and to escape, escapism and feelings and connectivity. All of that should be a part of it, but we shouldn't have to tell you that that's a gift that we give to you and you get to enjoy.
Yeah, we can't tell you that.
No.
It's so I think
Everybody's different.
Yeah, I think the artist should stand next to the painting in this proverbial situation, but I think also the critic shouldn't come in and go like, this is what that episode was about. This is what their relationship was about. This is what it means to me, so this is what it needs to mean to all of it. It's all incorrect. So whether it's art or life, some people listen to Stairway to Heaven and think it's about this mortal coil that we live with, and some people think it's about Lord of the Rings. And you're like, okay, you're both right, but you shouldn't tell somebody else that they should think something about that because it means to you what it means to you, and that's great. It means to us what it means to us, and that's great. There's objective and subjective, right? So if you say, hey, Jensen, Jared, I just love the way y'all deal with aliens and their spaceships and supernatural, I'm gonna say like, hey, we didn't have any aliens and spaceships, but if that's what it means to you, that's great. I'm gonna say like, that's not, we weren't talking about aliens and spaceships. And so I think that's the wonderful part and why we're here after almost 20 years to talk about it. It means something similar to a lot of us, but it means something very unique to all of us as well. It means something different to me than it does to him, even though we have much of the shared experience, and probably everybody in this room. And so I think that's the wonderful part.
No right answer is no wrong answer.
Yeah. It means to be what it means to me.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello, my name is Vivian. How are you guys?
Good, how are you?
So my question is, so if you could trade places with another celebrity, who would it be? Besides natural cast?
Did they have to be an actor or an actress or a musician or?
Yeah, whoever.
Somebody famous?
Yeah.
I think the person that I would like to trade places with, I wouldn't like to trade places with them forever. I would just like a day inside of their mind, and then to get the hell away from them. And it's Elon Musk. I just want to know what that's like. And then I want to get the hell away from whatever it is. So I think that's probably where I'd go.
You go like Neil deGrasse Tyson too. Like that's. I'm gonna be a little less introspective about it, and I'm just gonna say I'd probably go with some sort of a. Does it have to be like? Let's say this. Yeah. I just recently saw this person, and I was like, man, that's got to be so much fun. That has got to be just an incredible feeling what this person is feeling right now. And then to get to do it night after night after night, or as long as they want to, is just what a special, but I wouldn't want to be this person all the time. Just when they're on stage, but I took my kids to see a Harry Styles concert.
Oh, really?
And I'm not a Harry Styles fan. I can maybe, well, I am now, and I'll tell you why. It wasn't because of his music. His music.
Because he's so cute.
It's not because of his charm and his perfectly placed tattoos. It's not any of that stuff. It's because of the light that he emits on stage and gets filled up with his audience. It's such an incredible exchange of energy that I just witnessed, and I was like, man, this guy is insanely entertaining, and he is loving it. Like, he's not phoning it in. He's not just in there clocking in and like putting on a show because that's what he was paid to do. He is up there because he absolutely 100% is loving every second of it. I hope we all get to feel like that. That was something really special.
What about you?
Maybe Ruby or Daniel.
Oh, Ruby or Danielle. Oh my God.
That took me a second because I thought you said Ruby or Dania. And I was like, Ruby or Dania? Or Ruby or Daniel? Got it. Thank you. I'm sure I could speak for Jen. She would probably love to give
Be like, take it.
Yes.
I'll be at the hotel.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
She'd probably love to give up her life for a day or two. Not to deal with stinky old me.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Awesome. Well,
Ruby's awesome.
she's
character
awesome.
in Supernatural.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I knew it was coming up. I could feel it. So for those who don't know, this is the last question. This is the last question. No more questions after this. Last question. We're gonna rip somebody out. This is the very last question. They're gonna ask one more question. There are no more questions. There is no more after this. It's the last question. It's the last. Here we go. It's the last question. It's the last question. It's the last question. And she's gonna do it. It's the last question. Right, break it now.
People of Nashville and the surrounding counties, or those who have decided to be here, this is Jessica from Alabama. Jessica from Alabama, say hi to your Supernatural family. Some of them. So,
What is your last
you are
question?
the last question of 2022.
Ooh, that's true. Last of the year.
Do not F this up. We're all looking at you. Okay, good luck.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
This is the last question of the year.
yeah, we just said that.
But hold on.
What?
Everybody be quiet 1 second. Whatever she says, that's it, man. This is the last question of the year.
You're not.
I don't want to put pressure on her.
No.
But
I understand that.
I mean,
But that's exactly what you're doing. And I'm in for it.
But I'm-
This is the last question.
Everybody look at her with judging eyes.
My God.
Or loving eyes.
I mean, could you imagine the pressure?
dude, I would not want to be where she is right now. I would not.
Wait, are you trying to say it's the last question of the year?
Of the calendar year, dude.
The entire year.
2022 to bed
Their
with
entire
us right
year.
now.
I'm glad I'm here for it.
Everything hinges
I mean,
on
this
this.
chair is on fire.
You guys get up here. We got to check out what's
What
going
on
on.
a house seat?
So no pressure.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
Ooh.
I hate all of you.
Thank you, Jessica.
It's not a question, but I appreciate that.
Okay, so this is kind of a weird question, but it.
Great.
So my sister and I have really weird trading things that we do. Like if I want to borrow her purse, she does something for me, or I do something for her. She takes my shoes, something like that. It's weird. People have seen us go back and forth 47 times, finalizing it all. So, is there anything?
This will
This is
also
going
be
really great.
this
It's
will
going great so far.
This will also be the last question of 2023.
Oh my God.
I'm getting there, I promise.
He ran back there to give his own,
So my question is, do you guys have anything that you do with your siblings like that to like trade off, or have you seen your kids do anything like that?
Yes, I will say this. It's funny as you're asking.
That's it. That's the last question, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I will say this. This is a true story. I think in one of these.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't want to have anybody go anywhere. Whatever, go where you want to go. During a convention, I think, or maybe in Vancouver, at some point in time, we ended up. It was a convention. We ended up somewhere, and I hadn't packed clean underwear to wear. So I think I said to Jensen, like, hey dude, you got any underwear? He's like, yeah. And so I still have it. It's in my suitcase right now.
That's
I haven't
beautiful.
washed it.
And that's why it's still in his suitcase.
That's definitely the kind of thing you don't want back.
And that's what I was gonna say. It will remain in his suitcase forever. Yeah, that was a. Have a good time.
You kidding me?
I don't need those back. I don't. I don't know that they're. I mean, look, I left the house at 18 years old, so I haven't seen my siblings in over 27, a long time. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've got any kind of barter system going on with anybody. But keep that up, because that actually is a very cool, special bond that you share with your sister. And I mean, she's an asshole, but that's about it.
Listen, I gotta tell you, the big takeaway from this last question is, I mean, I appreciate your effort. You've withstood the pressure well. I'm very proud of you. But all the people in this room, all the people on this stage, all of us here on a Sunday, the Sabbath, the Lord's Day, we were forced to watch Jared give himself his own rim shot. And that was disturbing. You can't unsee that.
You can't unsee that. No. Can't put that toothpaste back in the tube.
You sure
That
shit
is
can't.
out.
Desperation.
That's it.
Well, there you go.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for putting up with us. Thank you, Nashville.
Really well done on the question.